Angie Valentino. At least one fact is undeniable. She is absolutely not Latino. Born in Montgomery, she is a blend of Cajun, French, and Black. But by 16, she would leave her home in Bama and never come back. In more recent times, she finally decided to use the Sanborn family name. Even the feds were happy, knowing her many names were now the same. Of course, long before this last name change ever took place, there are a few big holes to fill it in, so I've been given plenty of space. Angie is the second oldest sibling out of a total of 12. Wow. To discuss each one is far deeper than I care to delve. What does matter now is what happened to her next. Her grandmother died and she was left perplexed. Where would she go and who would raise her now? Her uncle looked at Aunt Almetta and both raised their brow. They then came to the decision and said, oh, what the heck. They opened their home to this young pain in the neck. She was enrolled at Schur's and rediscovered boys. She especially loved the cute ones and all of their toys. One handsome young Italian particularly caught her eye. He would be known as the cowboy. I'll let you all figure out why. They were married within days of Angie completing high school. They were a hot couple. Confident they were really cool. Angie went to college, but it was mostly on a part-time basis. Fortuitously, she studied design, and it would become her oasis. They had 3 sons, Dwight, Peter, and Sandy. Val came as a surprise. She, too, was a dandy. Whether it was Chicago, Ingleside, or even Park Ridge, the problems with the marriage became harder to bridge. She tried being a flight attendant, perhaps on a whim. It was an ill-fated decision, because she could barely swim. EDAX was next, but it was for a very short while. It was here she met Alan, and first made him smile. Burlington Furniture was the next milestone in her life. Her new friends Dick and Jeannie lessened much of her strife. A short time thereafter, Angie joined a group from Holiday Inn. It was the last move she would make before her career would begin. Her newest friend Belmonte had some inns in need of looking fresh. This ultimately was the catalyst for Angie's career and talents to mesh. Interior commercial design would soon become an actuality. Her business was starting to grow. ICD was now a reality. With this new business, Angie would make many more friends. But her inner circle comprises a select few upon whom she depends. There were the Agneses, Clements and Belushi, and Celine Allen, of course. Most likely they're all in heaven now, but there's really no reliable source. Speaking of heaven, let's not forget Clint the cat. He's named after Eastwood. Now just think about that. Vanna White and Bruce Lee, Richard Nixon and Jeffrey D. Quite likely she named these dogs. It seems so to me. But back to her friends, there's a few more to mention. Joe Sullivan's one of her longest, so he merits attention. Sharon and Conrad are accustomed to playing the big role. I'm speaking of their golf trips and getting the ball in the hole. The usual suspects, that's Bert, Leah, Jean, and I. We've all provided shoulders for her to laugh, lean, or cry. But this who's of people are unable to compete with her soulmate Alan, who finally made her complete. Happily, she would now parade in her hats and dance in her shoes. Angie and Alan had so much love, it seemed they could never lose. Then a terrible event occurred and shattered the dream. Dwight was violently taken and Angie just wanted to scream. With all life's crazy turns, she questioned how she would go on living. Then Alex was born, and the healing began as she struggled with forgiving. Things began improving, and Angie regained her joie de vivre. She was planning parties and dinners, and they now became key. Then something special happened that would change Angie forever. Mike and Val gave birth to May, who could do no wrong whatsoever. Spoiler, only granddaughter, are you kidding me? Pity the poor boy she marries, so need lots of do-re-mi. Everyone's smiling now except for Aunt Denise. She's just as bad as Angie when it comes to her niece. So now we finally arrived at this happy moment in time. And I now have gotten cottonmouth from all of this wine. But there's still a few more things left to be done. The first order of business is to thank everyone. We've gathered here this evening to celebrate a special occasion. So lift up your drinks. It's doubtful you'll need persuasion.
Got a way to get that.
Angie, we all love you and are grateful you have included us. We're glad you left Alabama and you made this big fuss. Let's join in celebrating Angie's first 70 years since birth. The world's a better place because she's with us here on earth. We toast to your future. May it be long, healthy, and bright. Now empty your glasses so we can get down and boogie tonight.
You